remaining.
Yep, that is pretty much the kind of the bluff BoomBoys are playing. We've seen your Earth Rip from yesterday. We don't think we're very impressed. And
They don't fall for it.
Exactly.
No.
Well, they also don't care.
Yeah.
How does Ember do against an Earth Spirit? I would imagine actually we're going to see Nigma Galaxy banning out the Earth Spirit in the next phase.
In the lane, Earth Spirit does, I think,
10 seconds
slightly
remaining.
better. I think Ember is kind of good against the Earth Spirit maybe later in the game when you have the change to catch him and when you have the Mage Slayer. But in the lane itself, I think Earth Spirit is a little bit happier in the matchup. But he just has a lot of damage, so he can win the lane.
Galaxy's turn to battle.
Again, for me, I just don't want to see BoomBoys early pick their hero here. I was like, I want the Slaughter. I still want to see this concept be applied. Like the early phase part giving Omar and Devi all this information, it just...
I mean, it's not just that, it's like the combination of heroes. Like, what are you pairing with the keeper? Like, was the Undying the issue or was the Puck the issue? You know?
Probably
like,
both, to be fair, and so, depending on who you're talking to.
yeah, whatever it is, they need to come to the same conclusion as a team. Like, what do we do? You know? They're going to make some adjustments here and we're going to see it.
Beastmaster once again gets removed.
So if they were comfortable with it, they can take the Marana again.
They probably will. If, I mean, they won the game, everything felt good.
Yeah, on the side of Nigma Galaxy, why would you change anything?
5
You
seconds
are expecting maybe a curveball to come out from BoomBoys.
I think the only difference is now they don't have a Shadow Fiend to work towards, and Nature's Prophet's also gone. I think Drow has felt worse, so I'm not sure if I would want that.
Yeah, they'll probably be leaning towards like Klings or an Elk, you know, for Suna.
Yeah.
I mean, those are heroes that he's really, really comfortable with.
I mean, you take the Marana because if you lean towards Omar's heroes, like a clock or something, then you are going to struggle a little bit at kind of counter-picking, sorry, down the line.
Okay.
Hey, there's that Slark.
Sure, okay, so they go for the Slark that was spoke about in game one against the Ember, and that it doesn't need to be with the Eye based on what Vision was doing, and BoomBoys go, you know what? We can do what Vision does, and they're going to do it as well. So yeah, Slark to the mid lane to counter the Ember. It is an instant response, but the difference is picking Puck to the Ember, and why I didn't like it was like it doesn't crush the Ember in the lane. Slark, it crushes it in the lane, so sure, you can...
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Genuinely. I think it was literally BoomBoys who played it against Aurora in group stage, and they both had the same amount of net worth by the end of the laning stage.
It's a volatile lane, I think. If you play well as the Ember, you definitely have a way to maybe even kill the
But
Slug.
just create those problems. Force Nigma to make Loronoff go, what am I doing? Am I dragging waves? Like, don't allow him just to play a normal game, because that's when they will shine.
And I would say that it's more important for the Slug to win the lane. Because if he doesn't win the lane in this matchup, then he's going to contribute less later into the game. Like Ember Spirit, you get your levels, you don't lose your lane, you can set up for the arrows, you're going to be way more useful than the Slug later.
Does have a 100% win rate. So there's that.
Yeah, I think Aurora through the game that they played against BoomBoys, because they had a really big lead against the Slark when they last played it, and they had a Night Stalker in that game. Like, I think looking at BoomBoys lineup already, I really like the idea of a Night Stalker. It's so good against Coddle, Slark, and Bane. You want to be able to see these two supports because they are extremely position-based. Slark gets his regen from hiding, right? You're kind of exposing all three of these heroes if you can have that night vision.
It is a very good option. Fair, I mean, for both teams. I mean, I feel like a lot of these drafts, like you look at the hero and go, why is Nonstop not played more? But
right?
it's probably certain players just aren't as comfortable on it, and maybe the teams that got eliminated in groups, they would have looked at it.
Yeah, and we've heard from Saber that it does feel a little extra bad if there's just one item as a distiller that just kind of ruins a large portion of the...
Hey, that's my vision. Why'd you have it?
Yeah. Gives a big advantage.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, it's just a classic Bane counter. Unit heroes, like Bane doesn't do much, you know, against unit heroes. I mean, the counter is also kind of vulnerable, even though it's not as bad as Bane. But BoomBoys are going to have to address this unit hero in the next pick.
And also, Slark wants to naturally play at nighttime, Bane wants to play at nighttime, so now you have Lycan, so you can play around How at nighttime, and you kind of like, if BoomBoys are playing for pickoffs, Lycan can help
I mean, it's
anywhere.
also annoying because of the Wolf. The Wolf is just going to follow you, and then you don't get your regen as
Whoa.
Slug.
Wow, okay.
Okay, that's the Lycan counter.
More
right?
fish!
Yes, Shiva.
They just go for
are you
Slardar.
hungry or have you
Just
had
go
lunch?
for Slardar as your offlaner, and then you got the trifecta.
10 seconds.
I'm sure there's a stat on that somewhere, but yeah. For BoomBoys though, taking the Kiritich Nagasari in the carry role, when you think about Lycan, of course earlier Yatoro played the Terrorblade against it and was able to beat it quite nicely. Nagasari slots in quite nicely behind the Terrorblade as the solution to Lycan. You kind of put him on a timer. If you don't break my map within the first 30, 35, I will eventually be so unkillable that your Lycan does nothing.
But it has a 0% win rate so far, and it is a very unorthodox hero to pull out, and especially ballsy considering this could potentially be their final game.
Yeah, you also have a Naga Slot core duo right now, which I don't like at all.
It's very weird the way their heroes are gonna function. I mean, with the Bane, I think it's still fine. You run around as Bane alone to look for kills, and then the illusions are around. You grip someone, maybe you can kill him.
Yeah.
So I can see that maybe working out. But in the early stages, it won't be so easy for BoomBoys to play the map compared to Nigma. It's very straightforward. You have Helm. You follow the Helm hero. He's gonna push towers. You have team fight and save with the Ringmaster. You just group up and you attack. Very simple. Whereas for BoomBoys, it's definitely going to be on the harder side to execute their lineup.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's on Mira to find his hero that can just enable some of this aggression from their side. And by aggression, I mean Slark beating the Ember in lane and then getting to play through the off lane, and then you have a game to play. Oh, and you look back over your shoulder. Oh, thanks, Nagasari. You have your items. But Lifestealer is a good ban, especially when Mira wants to naturally play these kind of like beefier, tankier heroes. Kind of just what they need. Someone to stand there and go, I can take your tower at some point, be it through Helm of Dom, whatever. But I need to look towards Miro having like this kind of 15-minute window of the game that he is like a main character for BoomBoys. He can't just be some like AFK scaling hero. Otherwise, then yes, their draft will just look quite lost.
Just
Can he just be a tank, like a Tidehunter, like some team fight hero?
Yeah, if he rushes like Agg's first item, doesn't go wraps, that type of thing, then I can see it working out.
I really like Tide, mostly for the shard.
Yeah, against Ember.
Yeah, against Ember especially. I do want to lightly touch on the Lycan again, is that even when Ace played it earlier and it didn't look too hot, I think the number one thing it was able to provide was vision. Like I was looking for a Night Stalker or something that could find the supports. Lycan does the same thing. Even after getting horribly stomped in lane, this hero has two wolves that are invis, and you can set them to follow command on heroes and they will just, you know, follow them until they die. And this is something that you can use to scout supports in fight. This is something you can use to block ancient camps. It's something you can use to have impact even when your lane is bad.
And the Tidehunter that was mentioned is now eliminated from the draft, as Nigma Galaxy had the same read on the heroes as you would. Actually, you know what? Tidehunter is also a big fish. I would have also forgotten that.
He eats the fish.
Yeah, but he's like also a creature of the depth. Sort of.
5 seconds remaining.
So the only thing remaining definitely has to be Slada.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
No, which other heroes are coming to mind? Because we want something with the stun. We want something that is allowing BoomBoys to be active early.
I mean, so Centaur isn't like crazy active, but you buy Helm of Dome, you can play on catapult waves and take towers, and then you eventually have this like Heart and Crimson Guard. How do you kill anyone?
How about an unpicked hero, Bristleback? Kotal, Bristleback, and Bristleback is great against Lycan.
All that BoomBoys need to do is buy time for Naga to get like 3 items.
We have
So
said
pick anything that can do that.
Miero is the most versatile offlaner of this international, with the deepest pockets that he's actually shown on the main stage. And it will just be the stable Centaur. All right.
He reached very deeply, a whole half a
Yes.
centimeter into his front pocket.
I'm so sorry for the boring one, but it is.
It's boring because it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like- yeah. Makes sense.
The damage on BoomBoys though is extremely lackluster. Their entire concept is we are going to outplay you in lanes that enables us to get to our items.
Ooh, new hero!
Oh, this is
Alright,
nice.
yeah.
Sumil, Lash?
God.
Yeah.
Terry Lash?
Yeah.
They're ramping up the tempo here. They see the fact that BoomBoys, they don't have the damage, they don't have the way to like take the fight to them after the laning phase. They need a bit of scaling. So that's where Nigma, they take the carry less Eragg. They have an offlane like an Ember. Like these are heroes that will just run through the map and try and take over a game.
Do you think they're going to lane swap here and put the Shrek against the mid Slark?
It is possible. I mean, the way that Nigma lanes is like, they could technically do anything because all 3 cores are willing to do anything for the win. So if they see the lane matchup and go, yes, put Lesh into Slark mid, we will win that lane, they're gonna do it.
Guys, the stars are aligning.
The stars are
The
like...
stars are seemingly aligning.
They're so cool for this, honestly. I think Flash is
10
it'd be
seconds.
so fun to watch.
It's such a great pick. It's really good against
Yeah.
Naga. It's really good against Slug. It works with their lineup. There's a save. Like whenever you play Lash, you want to have a save so that you play aggressive and you can always be bailed out. I love this combination here from Nigma Galaxy.
If the Lesh goes mid, is there any other lane shenanigans that BoomBoys can do to try and, you know, move their Slark away? Because it's not just bad, it's pretty horrendous, no?
They don't really have the same fun and flexibility as Nigma does. So I feel like it's just kind of like you have what you've drafted yourself now. You've got to deal with it.
Oh, you remember we had the mid Centaurs? Put mid Centaur offlane Slark against the Ember?
Between Slark, Naga, and Centaur, none of them are going to go to the Lesh lane and go, haha, we got you, Leshrac. You know, it's like,
That's true.
there's no value, you know, so they might just have to
Yeah.
accept it. But, I mean, for Nigma Galaxy, they've got heroes that they want, they've got the pacing that they naturally play for.
Yep.
My only concern is, like, I'm going to start a timer, and when it hits 30 minutes, the game will get, like, infinitely harder for them. So I am, unless they have, like, of course, like some 20,000 gold lead, but yeah, I am looking for them to just dominate the early to mid game. This is what their draft is for.
So average game time, for people wondering, is like 46 minutes, 55 seconds. You want them to have that, and then they
Yeah, I need
easy win.
If they get to the average TI duration, I'm worried.
We're gonna find out. It's one game in between advancement and elimination. Let's see who comes out on top as we head over to our commentary duo of Trent and Lyrical.
Thank you so much, Sheaver. Man, you know, I'm not gonna lie, Trent. I was worried.
Prepare for
I
battle.
saw this Slark, I saw the Naga start, and I was like, oh god, this is gonna be terrible. And then the Leshrac comes out at the end. I cannot wait to watch this game. It's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah, if you're not in the know, it's an absolute classic Sumail and also just has a lot of historical counters to these heroes that they've picked up on the side of BoomBoys. So a really good pick here.
Really awesome one. Indeed, and out across the map they will go. Let's see what the lane dynamics end up looking like, if there are any of those switch-ups.
Yep.
As it looks like he does have Fairy Fire, all the normal things you'd anticipate. Dagger Siren Illusions go out. They find them immediately. Kill them all.
If you are newer to the world of Dota, back
Oh, God.
in the year of TI, when Sumail won his TI, this was the hero. It was
30
Leshrac.
seconds
Not necessarily
to
for
go.
him specifically, because the hero dominated so much, it just got banned over and over again until we reached that last day. And there became this battle of who can actually play the Leshrac. The four-skill ban occurred, and well, we found out Shiki couldn't play Leshrac. That's. Am I correct on my lore here, Lyrical?
I mean, I think that sounds about right.
There is deeper lore, though, folks. For
Tell me.
when they invented the Dota Plus levels, I was watching Chinese pubs one lone night in my basement, and who do I see as a Grandmaster
The
Leshrac?
battle
Who was
begins.
it?
Oshiki.
Oh,
They left a scar on that man.
well, this
All right.
might be the last time that Shiki is ever mentioned on a Dota 2 TI broadcast, but it shouldn't be.
The king here, Mr. Sumail, though, he is back. He is on the Leshrac, and he is taking it to the safe lane. There was a lot of questions. Where's he going to go? Because historically, lane matchup into the Slark, game matchup, it's a very bad time for the Slark. You have a lot of damage that's able to catch this hero through his more evasive techniques of his ulti. But they are going to get the matchup that they had hoped for. And Lordoff handled the pressure. Slark presents.
To watch for indeed, and this is for anybody that didn't see some of the earlier games. I mean, I'm seeing people all over Twitter and just like all over Reddit saying like, just ban the freaking Slark when you're playing Ember.
Good burn!
Just get it out of
That's what
here.
they sound like?
Apparently.
Okay, yep.
And I mean, I'm off feeling like, you know what, we have what it takes. We're going to be able to battle off against it. We'll see if they're correct. Now on that top lane, there's a lot of pressure already being mounted on the save. Of course, this is the other thing about like Ember as a hero is you mainly just need to get those levels up. As long as every creep isn't being denied out, like BPK is doing, things will be fine.
Yeah, get better time here. They've got their heroes. It's locked in. It's game 3. It's elimination mode. Lyrical, we got to lock in. This is potentially the end of the road here.
Right. And I mean, if Mel is to believe potentially the end of the road, that player as well, who's to say? We'll get ourselves into this match, and BPK already good start to this 7-5 versus the 3-0.
With the wave coming. This is sort of like the counter pick. So far, he's doing a good job. He gets a dignity deny on Lornoff, but boy, it costs you half your health.
Does not feel good at all. 3 already on BPK. But this this is what they sort of knew that this at least was possible.
So what have they gotten in return? They have this Slark versus the Ember, but what are the problems that exist in this aside from that for the BoomBoys? I think part of it would be the Vayne, to me, I think is pretty heavily countered this game. He's laning into the Lycan, which is a bit of a classic counter because you can deal with the Nightmare that summons. That's always a very handy tool. He's going to be trying to roam around at nighttime, trying to set up these kills that you heard the panel mentioning. The Wolves are going to be keeping an eye on this guy. They will be stalking him through the jungle, and Vayne's value oftentimes in the mid-game is almost entirely roaming around setting up beam screens. So if you have your own pool of vision on the enemy team and you catch him going for these plays, especially when he doesn't know that he's been caught because there's an invisible wolf following him, suddenly he can be wasting minutes at a time.
They're having a good time as up top they're moving on to save. GH chasing around the tree, and Miro keeps his buddy alive. That was very close to a kill. He backs out from Centaur.
And passing him a tango. Beautiful stuff there. Low here. Following.
Summons hitting away. You know, Lycan definitely a hero that we have not seen a ton of at this tournament. We did see during earlier stages WS play a couple of really good Lycans. Are now being chased down by the Naga Siren illusion. And maybe hope to back out, but they do have a Nightmare here. Now the dagger, now the blood grenade. And the fear, the catch, and woo, Katomi dodges away from that one.
The Wolves are coming.
And they eat him alive. Katomi, you gotta run the Wolves.
Got a tango.
He has a brain set. He doesn't want to have to use it, but they're actually blocking him all the way in and almost
Omar's back.
managed to find it. And yeah, the dagger comes out. Katomi needs to run away. I mean, he has no resources at all right now.
Omar had a whiff there, but was just a little low on the mana, I guess. Well, he instantly down, but maybe felt like the dagger was just going to get the kill. I think.
Lanes. Mid, not good for Ember. Only 6 blast hits.
Yeah, oh boy, maybe we shouldn't have looked away, huh? That's a bad time. Counter pick, success.
Quarters of a level ahead, 18 denies.
You know, you're stuck on this 2 points in the flame guard for quite a while, obviously. All the way up to that level 5 before you'd be a little bit more confident heading into the jungle. The tools they have to actually continue that presence in the jungle. Vayne, maybe a little bit later on. I mean, the Coddle is cat trending, so maybe he'll get a little bit of space. I wouldn't mind seeing those camps get walked out if they find an opportunity on the side of BoomBoys, but a little unlikely with the lineup they've got.
Blast.
Dire are
Arrow.
scanning.
Tries to run him down a bit. Not gonna. Hasn't leveled up the arrow actually. All stars from the
And you see they don't have any vision on Katomi for a while. They start scanning their twin games. That's that Nigma talks. They're worried about this Vayne rotating through. He's gonna drop a ward down. It looks like a Vayne rotation. So they're gonna try and set something up here onto Sumail or not. Back he goes.
Just setting it up for later.
Yeah, he's thinking about it.
I mean, it would be appropriate that we're 5 minutes into this and no first blood with these way these two teams have played. It's been very chill. Oh, is this an opportunity?
They're trying, hoping maybe they force a dark pack or something, but I mean, he's 2 points in the slight and 2 points in the flame guard, so Lornov doesn't have a whole lot to offer you right now. Just the hope of a rune would be great.
This has been has led to the 24 denies of Slark. Katomi takes out the observatory. So this was the plan. BoomBoys, move in, shut down that mid-Ember.
Check.
The second part of that plan, get Heritage items, make him into this like impossible to deal with force. How long does that take?
Kind of a never-ending journey, really. You know, as all Naga Siren players know, there's no like end to the farm and you know, assuming that this hero wants to do. But in terms of being like a full-on force, I think you want to flex that force when the objectives start to come out here. You know, first Roach, first Tormentor, maybe you're not quite there. But heading into the second Roach, that's when you really feel the power of the Naga Siren and be like, oh wow,
Dire's middle
she's just
tower
left
is
alone.
under
He's hoping to take over the game around that like 30-minute mark.
Dire's middle
Mid.
tower is under
Okay, gonna
attack.
pop the ulti, chasing Lorenov. They force out a TP rotation.
Radiant's
Putting
structures
that
are
pressure
fortified.
on. Gonna be tower, taking some damage. The full wave is going to go into it. In the meantime, some battles potentially have ruined. The arrow goes down. Sumail takes the first blood here at the 7-minute mark. And in the meantime, Katomi comes in and tries to sneak in. He body blocks it off. Oh, wow. That was so well done. So Katomi able to dodge away from that. And now GPK comes in. Omar, where you going, sir? Tried to get denied. Not going to happen.
Body blocks.
And Devi, he wants to escape, but there's nobody there to help him. The TPs are not coming, sir. As GPK makes the move around, the lane bleed has started. Although,
Sumail
moving in, and with that TP, it's enough to force BoomBoys back.
Never bring your carry all the way down here. I mean, there is some farm nearby. I guess no one else on the team to take it, but he's not even level 6 yet. He is just going to straight up run back up top.
Feels bad.
Yep. What they were hoping for.
This is what you got to do is run off. Like, don't give them an easy way. Cut the waves. Try and find something for yourself. Find a better life.
Got to get a little bit creative here. Net worth-wise, it's not the worst, but yeah, that one really hurts. That's how you get back into it, right? Picking up some of these runes. Obviously, the mid-slark, not having the bottle, not as concerned about runes necessarily, so bottle happy to make sure you I save. How do you feel about Save being back on the Coddle again?
Man, to be honest, I really like him on either the save heroes or something like this Rubik. That starts to feel pretty good. But so far, it appears to have been working. And setting Nero up for a good time. Building up those stacks.
I think Coddle is very Rubik-esque in some ways, in the sense that there's a lot of items you can build on this hero, and the Aghanim Scepters from games as well become this like dominant team fight. Especially paired with the AoE security that they can have in one space, pretty ridiculous. Much like Rubik, like knowing all the enemy spells as well for the spell skill, I find Coddle's very similar too, because in the middle of a fight, you want to be tracking these spells for good chakras, you know? Like, you don't have to like talk. The fight's busy enough already. We gotta keep the player calm, so when you can notice exactly like what a good chakra can do to turn a fight, that's all really important to get started.
Under attack.
Me there, interrupt. Going in. This is a nice move. As Renoff has level 6, they're ready to down that tower's high.
Has fallen.
Very good game.
Dyer's middle
so far.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is
BK.
the Lycan hack. The dark or something. It is by far the best creep you can get on this hero because of the feral
Radiant
impulse. You
structures
can knock down a tier tower so quickly.
Oh, nice light dodge there for Lorenov.
Okay, he's gaming.
Able to do some good stuff. Can't deny all the creeps.
And look at the dark soul. Running in there.
This is, you know, granted, Emperor feels real bad to be him. Rest of these heroes seem to be having an okay time, and in fact, they wrap around onto save, blinding light back up in a moment, and that's going to keep him alive. And then Devi just decides, I'm going over to the tower.
Yeah,
you lose GH.
This is the cheese of this hero. Summon some Skelly, have a feral impulse.
Radiant's top tower is under
Well,
attack.
bring enough heroes to drive him back over
Radiant's top
the
tower
light. You can finish tower shortly, but it's just a very cheap play for Devi.
In the meantime, Sumail goes up top. It is going to be a deny on the tower from the arrow. But you notice, I mean, there were a lot of ways that you could have gone. Centaur has obviously been very strong this tournament, but going into this Helm of the Dominator, it's not going to be providing a ton. It's going to be on GPK to really run this game.
This is not a good Centaur game. You want this thing out like ASAP, you want to be pulling waves, you want to be a total nuisance.
Dyer's structure
Not the best game out of him thus far. But scaling later on in the game, we've all seen the power of this Centaur.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Fights. Available, and it is a consistent way to initiate fight settings later. I would like to see him, as the panel mentioned, maybe reaching a little bit deeper to his pockets with so many heroes that he's able to play. But at the same time, it's really good.
Yes.
You know, you can see it scaling later. It has a certain element of security that you just know that later on in this game you can become this beast. And we saw Collapse earlier. It's dominating every single fight.
Radiant's top tower
And you
is
know,
under
there
attack.
is another element to this, the psychology of like the last game potentially of your tournament life for Nigma. and playing on this timer and like the pressure to keep things moving, to keep trying to take objectives. Will they succumb to that? Will they sort of hit their timings appropriately? How is that going to play out is the other thing to watch. The shield rune taken over the Emperor. He's going second. First item goes second.
Yeah, he is trying to find a way. I mean, it's kind of a funny thing that can happen to Ember's Kingdom. I remember back here in Shanghai in like 2018, we had the mid-1 first Aeon disc Ember.
Right.
You know, running around the map, just trying to make plays happen. It's just so counter-to this game.
It's a great way to get out of here. And Ruby Leash and Bill, they takes him out.
An item that lets him play the game. And, you know, when you think about Lester, in terms of when this hero often looks successful, it tends to be with some sort of a defensive tool. They are going to have that escape back. That's pretty good. It's a very new age thing, obviously, that's one of our newer heroes. But it does do a lot of those same tools that, you know, it's very similar to, like, Oracle, going for the ulti, the full pump. That damage is going to be pumping out the left track, despite being picked up.
Wait.
Dyer's top
Be able
tower
to take
has
these
fallen.
good fights. So far in this series, BoomBoys have seemed to be very good at dodging when they don't want to engage. We haven't seen either squad really able to keep that tempo.
And I'm a little nervous. I gotta say, I think BoomBoys holding their tier 1 tower was huge. It has given them some very quick TPs back to the mid lane, keeping this pressure into the dire side map, partly because of that. I think had they succeeded on that earlier push to come with the Dominator and divide it would be in a better spot right now. Again, Renov in here very deep, farming up this wave. Pretty confident himself.
Gotta explain this one.
That's Shadow that was spotted, now was on the wave.
Protecting it. BoomBoys back away to their side of the river.
Yeah, he just forces Kataomi Miro to run them on back.
Yeah. No, it's true. And I mean, now with these Boots of Travel online for Lesh, there is some interesting dynamics that can have TPing onto the wolves too. Yep. And Sumail can just sort of like power farm for now and then eventually swing into those fights.
He's the Spectre, essentially. I wondered if maybe there would be some sort of a similar tool coming out here for the BoomBoys, like that Dawnbreaker or something last. But they're, I think, a little bit more inclined towards the just like slow it down a little bit state. I don't think they're going to necessarily like rush a bunch of kills. I think they're going to be more objective.
Done. GH goes down. GPK building up those stacks on this Slark, running the game. 40 stacks for permanent Agi so far.
Renov has done a good job of finding this army. He has not opted to dive into that Ghost Step. It has been queued up for a while. He's going to pick up the charge. Playing the game a little more. Getting some extra charges. Keep an eye on what the guys that are up to. Running his creeper here. Now moving into the town.
I mean, getting into this hard is going to be very hard to bring
Dyer's
down.
bottom tower.
I mean, look, that's a play right there where if it doesn't hit, it tells you something about how they're feeling. Maybe a little bit anxious. BK easily gets away from that one.
Very dependent on their Ember to set anything up, and unfortunately that's part of the counter pick here for the Slark. It's not just the laning stage, it's this mid-game where you have these classic Ember Marana combos, like whatever Sun is following up. Slark's getting out of there. He's going to press one button, and the follow-up's not going to hit. He doesn't need a friend to get a force staff to bail him out.
Tell me, finds another, and this is just a little bit of
Radiant's
a
middle tower is under attack.
Cancel.
Are scanning.
You get that big tower finally, though. Pushing it with
Dyer's
the
bottom tower
dragon
is
here,
under
the
attack.
Centaur, and the wolves.
Run off. Good rune. Okay. Off the Stampede. A bit of a jump onto Sumail. Sumail
Radiant's
liking what
middle
he's seen out
tower
of
is under
Omar.
attack.
That Nightmare is not going to turn into anything.
Itel is out and online now for the Lycan as the Shark gets delivered to Divide, so gives the Wolves a lot more power and that potential for the TPM from the left side that you mentioned. becomes a lot more real.
This is the moment right here where I feel like I would want to see Nigma making some type of a play, right? You just get an amp damage on the Ember. Granted, it's not exactly like the fighting item that you want.
Not the intimidation that you're hoping for, is it?
No.
Oh, he's got the Ghost Scepter, guys. Look out.
Immediately, Net, reel in, finds the stun, backs away. And you get some damage out from Device. Starts to hit Katomi. Chase forward, amp damage there, but the song already used. And the TP away. This is why it is so frustrating to play against this hero.
GBK was pushing on the wave down here. Is there any way he can't get out of here?
Hunting. Ryan, he does have ulti TP. But if they're able to bring in the Lesh in time, now he can't TP if Lesh finishes in time. The arrow is there anyways. They find and kill GPK. Devi with the tip.
I mean, that's just a pure greed tip right there, right? Like, there was a song, there was time.
Yeah.
And he stuck around for a little bit more farm and thought, oh, I can waste this. How many times have we seen that, right? People chasing, wasting that time, and these heroes escaping. GPK not successful on that one, and that one hurts.
Arrow comes in right now, shows on this wave. Sumail shows first. Can't make any play there.
Dire's middle
Has
tower is under attack.
Anj and Kaya done. Kumar is trying to build a field. Again, domination games. You're safe on the Slark. Not so.
5 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes this nighttime has been so pivotal in this tournament. Where you get enough of an edge that makes it so the enemy can't play the Tormentor, or can't approach, or you find the little holes in the vision to get in and drop some wards. Nail leading the way here.
With the arrow, they also have wolves. Tries to get it, the fear not quite going to connect. That was almost enough for a kill, and now GPK coming in from behind. Does have a Lotus. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive, though? The damage is out, the silence is there, the heal comes in, and now the arrow dodges away from it. They bring down Sumail.
There was no escape act in time.
Omar not able to keep his buddy alive, and the keep the beast will not matter.
Tried to max like crazy. I think he had a Lotus as well that they got through that, and then the Lotus.
They find another. GH next down.
What a response here, bringing in here to a mistake maybe from game one where they weren't able to get to the ball as early on. This time he shows up, he has an Orchid, and Sumail is out of it for a while. Because until he is a BKB, he's going to be very worried about coming back into a fight. And that goes to Amber too, obviously. Like, he cannot afford
Radiant's
to get
middle
Orchid.
tower
He
is
just got
under
gripped
attack.
up to his death. An Orchid being in these fights, this game is not for him right now.
Analyst talking about getting the item. Getting involved that early definitely spells some issues. I the only one not to die in that last little battle. Q is trying to, after the Helm of the Overlord, go in for a BKB and the Nullifier. Will it come online quickly enough? Well, 5k gold lead.
Arrow's gonna have that heart just a moment. And I don't think you have the damage to deal with him, and then everything else is left from the BoomBoys.
Dire are scanning.
Back out. But yeah, I mean, you can see some of the ways that this stuff could work, and it can look good for Nigma if you get everything working together in concert, but it feels like slowly and steadily, BoomBoy roster kind of has what it takes to control.
Yeah, it's worth noting that, you know, historical counter that Left Track was Clark. Mage Slayer didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
And Mage Slayer, obviously, it reduces all damage that you're doing. Reduce that pure damage. It's going to reduce that magical damage just by sticking on top of that Left Track. And that's where the escape act is. Removing the possibility of catching that debuff.
Right now, it's tough, right? Because, like, on the one hand, when you want to go in and fight, you want to try and sort of punish this Naga Siren, but you know if you make that move, you're missing out farm on the map. The rest of the BoomBoys is farming, and if you make that move, and you don't have your just songs, is like the fight, the games that you make so
Yeah, their draft relies on Ember starting these fights and learn out of his build his impact.
To the gills.
He's got his Ghost Scepter. He's not ready to be the front face here, so they've been trying to do it through Omar, and it's just unreliable in the end. Go for these whips into the Wheel of Wonder. It's incredible when you hit them, but every single time it's not a guarantee. It's a straight up question of just like, is my support going to hit this? Are they going to walk in the right way? That's very, very hard to make it consistent.
Damage denied. A little bit scary at all. BoomBoys are going to try and shut down. Not giving them the ability to take that fight. This is going to be a completed BKB on the way for Dubai. And when BKBs are there, that is another way to make sure the Naga Siren does not take out.
Radiant are scanning.
Really tough.
Elsa's being there as well. Kind of nervous. Like, look where Omar is sitting next to Sumail right now. There is not a Radiant hero for miles. I don't know. I mean, he's just camping right next to him in the river, just sharing all the farm together because they're not sure what BoomBoys are up to. You know, you're hoping to have vision control and a really good idea of what the opponent is up to when you have this cycle on your team, but part of it also means dealing with these they're able to get the Tormentor here, equals a couple heroes. Alana nearby will
Not what you want to see in the grip in the BKB. To add insult to injury, to even kill Katomi. He does have a smoke if he needs to use it, but they're not going to need to. And GPK tips him back.
That's deserved, let's be clear. He earned that tip right back his own way on Divide. He was nearby, but wasn't able to help his bud. We'll get the charge on one mid lane, Nero. Back, go to Lorenov. Smoke now coming out here from BoomBoys. They want to keep the ball rolling.
This is not what you wanted to see out of Nigma Galaxy at this point in the game. 2 kills. Almost nothing done in this match in a series that has been a whole lot of nothing for one team or the other. And now you're taking a look at 71% chance.
Bottom tower
Feeling it.
attack.
Go to plus.
Stop and no chance to save. Okay, gets the last touch. Oh, stop. This Slark pick, it did exactly what they had hoped. It has just, Renov is 24 minutes in and is still trying to find some place in this match. 0-1-1. Hasn't been able to do anything on his team because he is the one who needs to set it all up.
Alright, you ready for this? The TV, wait, no, they're still alive, okay. Arrow goes out.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's going to be very close. They might actually be able to hold this off.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not going to finish right now.
Okay. With the Wolves coming in, I mean, there is that TP onto the Wolves potential for an Aegis.
Careful, here's a heart.
You're not wrong.
2,700.
That is, oh man.
Like, I don't know.
Heritage is definitely farming up a storm. And it does not feel like there is anything right now that is worrying Heritage.
They're positioning to make it out. They're smoking behind their tier 2
Need to find a kill. They've got to get something. You can't go out like this on the main stage. They're trying to find somebody, anybody. Out. Okay.
Folks get a good defensive Roche board. So if the fight happens down here, they have this kind of launch the bottom half of the pit. No waiting. Prepared to answer the bat.
Making sure once he TPs, there's no resummon on those wolves.
To the impurity.
That would be
That
real
would not
bad.
be good. Aim for the big creep, maybe.
Yeah.
You know? Go for that.
Not the room gets taken. Roche.
Problem is there is no rush for Boom.
Yeah.
I am not in any way concerned. I mean, they have gone for the Aghanim Scepter on the Clark next to just continue his domination over this map. You have to be very concerned walking down and forcing to a bad fight. Siren is going to keep on scaling and scaling. Now, she is the infamous vacuum. You know?
Yes.
She sucks up all the farm into herself, often denying a lot of this and often leaving the XP just into the ether, thanks to the illusions. So that thing has hurt Slark a little bit. He's only a little bit ahead of Lorenov, but obviously with Naga Siren doesn't matter too much. So when does the counterplay of the Leshrac matter versus the Naga? And to me, that's like late. It's like
Yes.
talents have to be fully out for the
Aghanim
Leshrac.
Scepter.
Yeah, like it's got to be everything. I mean, he's going Shiva's guard, which is great. Obviously, just any chasm buildup is going to be very good on the Leshrac. So eventually, it does loop back around a little bit, but it comes down to how big is the lead at that point.
Good here with these wolves. They walk into the sentries and now they see him. Hey, getting out that vision.
Still no answer to this one. Right off. Can't come into this one. Oh, it is coming right now. The BKB's on the way, on the courier.
Okay.
So they can delay this a little bit, but
Not going quickly.
know the song. They gotta find some answer to this.
BKB is a pretty good one. Gets hit by the arrows. Okay, over by the wolves. Boys.
Alex only kills higher map. Right.
I mean, listen, if they get an uncontested Roche, I don't see how they really deal with the pressure that's coming.
They're setting up. They want them to walk out here.
Okay, great. Tapped in. I'm going. Ulti out. Roche down low. Roche is low. They're running into the pit. Divine the Stongo from Miero. It's perfect. And now the BKB is used. Sumail on top of the Aegis. GPK there too. They find the stun. The Wheel of Wonder. How much damage they have? GPK's in trouble. He's hypnotized. Pull back in low. Not low enough though. And with Kiritich holding the Aegis. Nigma, Galaxy, the hopes, the dreams, they are faltering.
They got both supports for now, but
Oh, Devi, you're in trouble, sir. The stomp is there again from Miero. And Devi will eventually drop. BK cleans that one up. Kiritich, you're too strong.
Heartbreak on that one. Even at the kind of wisdom behind. Wheel of Wonder, they tried their best. Thought they might have had a moment there, but the damage is
under
just not
attack.
there. Not enough to deal with the Naga Siren at this moment. She's a little bit too big. Hurts on two of their cores. And Leshrac just can't match that damage yet.
Yeah, by 1,000 cuts. Naga Siren.
Dire's bottom tower is
Forgotten.
under attack.
No wins so far
Radiant
in this
are
tournament.
scanning.
I think they pick it fourth or something like that. And just a backbreaker of a
Dire's
pick.
middle tower is under attack.
That Clark was chewing them apart. GBK, you know, he might have been a little bit lower on the net worth, but he has now caught back up quite a bit, and he was just non-stop right in that fight. He's got the guard, he's got the Aghanim Scepter, multiple pounces. Once the fight starts turning in their favor, you're not going to
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Gotta try and hold this one out somehow, some way. For Nigma and for BoomBoys. Don't throw. That's the only thing you gotta be worried about.
I mean, how's the high ground? Clark, real mad. He don't like hitting jumpers. Minotaur and Naga Siren, it's a little meh, you know. The illusions obviously are not the big power pushing you used to. However, they're very good at it. And it's really easy to take the enemy base. Naga Siren later on. That's how you just end this game right now.
Oh yeah. Also, I mean, potentially get this Katomi Aghanim Scepter done, find a grip onto anybody, and yeah, it's hard to deal with.
Here to result in one more sight. That's the other key. Right? You can just sight Bloodthorn plus sight. He already feels strong enough defensively, offensively. He just wants to ensure to actually utilize all his skills. He's going to take down the fight. Courier, no Aghanim Scepter for use there. He's only all the way. Now he's going to wait 2 minutes.
That is chance there for that one to work. Honest, it's not even like the greatest heroes in the world to go for the wolf fight though.
It is interesting. I mean, the movement's good. Yeah, but the life steal aspect is very fantastic with the Ember Horror lens.
I mean, so Sumail Bloodstone, it does make a difference. I think that eventually that Laking Aghanims is going to be there too. I'll also say one of the things that has at times boys sort of failing has been really putting the pressure on and trying to end games. There have been times where they sit back, they wait for the next stage, next stages. They give too much room to chance to potentially pull things back in that super laking scenario, but as of yet, we've not seen that from Boom.
I mean, they're getting some very good securing the game items right now. We're hitting like level 20 now. Naga Siren, the BKB is done. And the Sight is coming out as well. They look like they're aiming to put this one to bed. They want to be done here on the main stage for today.
I mean, this does not look like a lineup that wants to have to deal with it for late game. Save the Beast is not going to happen. Irritant hits. Silence is there. Eagle Blade saved for a moment. No. Stop throwing out something there. They kill off. Catapult. Good man to dodge. Backs away into the stomp. Mail lives through it. Storm out for a moment. Irritant Defy creeps forward. Now Defy getting punched and pummeled by GPK. Renoff rooted for a long time.
Coming back into the moment. Sort of now that now.
Couple more slights. They slow down, but again, eyes on the prize, taking down these melee racks. Finally get the Aghanim Scepter done. And put into the box, GPK backs away. Now the jump, they find no stun.
Like the Ember, here we go, let's see some slights.
Ember wanting to change. I mean, this just does not feel like it's going to be doing enough. They've still got some song if they need. He's got Aegis for another 30 seconds. They pull back in. Oh, they're on it too. Omar, where's the save? They don't quite have it. Jamel, BKB out. Good damage onto Miero, but this man has a heart. He is so taken. Now the connection, the leash, Divide, gone. No buyback. Boy, smell blood in the water with all these fishies. They want to keep chasing. The building to fall. BoomBoys want to put the exclamation point on this game.
Bio here, he gets the veil. He's desperately trying to find damage for his team. They got to clear these illusions and have a hope at killing this Naga Siren. Now the Aegis is on, there's the blood going there, ready to tear you apart if you get too close.
Aim anything at all. They could try and stop the push, but the push will not stop. They have a coddle behind this. The stun is there. They don't even need to run at Sumanil if they want to, but they can. The root and control. Boys, finally gonna back. Doesn't feel like an arrow actually out connects GPK. Brought somewhat low.
They got to throw that wheel just defensively, trying to keep him alive right there. I mean, they're getting silence on Omar. They've straight on the Lotus. They're playing so well to get these spells out, but it's just a little bit more time that they're buying for each other. They, yeah, definitely getting the value out of the coddle and up this pressure. A second. Reel in their aggression.
I feel more spoiled. I always feel like with the Coddle Naga Siren, they could just like keep spamming mirror images in and, you know, hitting buildings, but I guess a little bit wary of pushing too far too fast.
Yeah, there's some cooldowns, like BKB on the Centaur is down, you know.
Yeah.
Take a breath for a second, there's no massive rush here. And the creep wave's going in your favor. But big upgrade, finishing the Aghanim Scepter.
I mean, you need to take everything that you can get.
Radiant are scanning.
Everything doesn't feel like enough. They're gonna need more. More items, they need more time. They need different heroes, it feels like, the way this has been going. But level 20 there for Sumail.
That's big.
Is this gonna be enough with the Bloodstone almost done?
It's definitely the spell you're trying to boost, obviously. Right? That is compared to the Edict, so trying to deal with all these illusions, this is one that can really pay off for you. But obviously, this is not just one of those games where, oh, as long as I clear the illusions, the fight's going to be fine. I mean, the Naga herself is still a beast. The Slark is a second carry, who you also are just struggling to handle, and essentially has 2 lives with the ulti and the depth trap.
Has that saved the Naga Siren too, and they've also got the save from the Centaur. Aghanim Scepter completed.
There's a lot of layers to get through, even some of the harder ones there, like the Nightmare. They could be saving in a clutch moment. So many tools available for the BoomBoys. Lads, well, on save. Items ready to end this game. Profit potential on the boot there on characters. If he wasn't hard enough to kill already, that is really going to be a
I mean, again, all these things in a vacuum seem good for Nigma Galaxy to try and get these items and hope for a defense.
I mean, I know
actually taking a fight.
I know it feels bad. I feel like maybe the Shard on Leshrac is here. You know,
yeah.
This idea of it's so good spending high ground, creating opportunities in fights, but obviously really wants to.
The Spellcaster Satanic, a lot of damage amp as well.
Are scanning.
Of course, too, for the Mirana trying to get to that Aghanim Scepter.
Already having the Agnums though, for Lorenov means that he's jump to the back line. Try and create.
Mail would also love to get to his tier 40. If he can get Conjurer's Catalyst, that has proven to be one of the more insane things. Yeah. It's hard enough trying to deal with these illusions. See if he can make his way out to go and farm it up. They do get a timeless Partisans brand. A little bit of damage amplification from the Ember.
That. Omar will keep him up.
Bloodstone done. Fail there for the left. I mean, they're starting to get the things that they can use.
They are, true. But
BoomBoys just didn't hit their buttons. Nigma could probably kill them.
maybe. But the backbreaker is picked up. Like the Noggin Sniper with the Blink Dagger is just so devastating going high ground. You just wait for your moment, you sing, you get in. It's like the whole team gathers around the campfire. They're like holding hands and singing and just waiting to end that song. 28k lead here. Nigma Galaxy desperately pushing back every Radiant enemy from their base, trying to find their win.
That irritant for their fantasy.
Radiant are
800
scanning.
CS right now. And that Blink Dagger, like you said, done.
Even the full upgrade.
Listen, it's a 28,000 gold lead, but if they kill Naga Siren, think about that trend.
And they're only up 10k.
Yeah, exactly.
That's usually not how this looks, folks. I'll tell you that much.
On duty, really would love to be able to get that tier 4.
He's got Bloodstone. He's one for the charge. So he's figured it out. Yep. That road pretty much guaranteed for the BoomBoys. Got enemies camping in the pit. He's at spawn now. GPK comes on over, brings the Heritage. So this will go down quick. They have an Arcane Rune.
Now that finally finished it, Omar standing very close to his buddy.
There is a buyback here on Ember. They're going to try and go for this. They're going in. They need a wolf fight first, though. Give them the bite.
Not gonna happen. They actually give the Aegis to GPK.
They still go for the bite.
We're running
Round
in
here.
the lane. No Conjurer's Catalyst for the Lesh. They're cutting the waves. Save gets one out. That seems
I mean,
fair.
this is a nice ghost fight,
Radiant are
Yeah.
scanning.
though. They did notice on Bane. The wave was just kind of
Dire's
being
bottom
obliterated by
tower is
nothing.
under attack.
Kills it while smoked up. Worried that he's being chased. Down. Look up here from the BoomBoys. They decided it's time to put Nigma to bed. And Nigma gonna go out at the same position as last year, and will BoomBoys once again win the top 4.
Story repeats itself sometimes. Tell me. See that ward place down. Mail starts to build up the back. Split Earth. Stop is there. Catches him. Where's the save? They need it right now. Right now. Nullified. Hit. Okay. Still sitting pretty in that BKB. Now BKBs have been expended. The stun connects onto GPK. Another one is there. As the ulti wears out, the root comes again.
Get the banner knocked down. Good start.
Okay, they hold their high ground for the moment.
All right, they dangled at their Leshrac, but they have that nullifier, so there was still a lot of layers happening there, but they keep the Aegis. BKB down on the Slark for a minute. We're going to push back that next push.
BKB's used for Lesh to have to use it. Still nearby. The stun connects. Now the Tame the Beast of Fear, the arrow, it hits! The Force Staff trying to keep him alive, they don't know.
Dire's
It
bottom
actually
tower
gets
is
saved
falling.
by the cart, too. Now they run in, try and stop the Siren Illusions, try and kill those off. That lockdown, so much damage. Really hard to stop this push. It keeps Nades coming in. The arrow there finds the stun onto 2. Catapults. Stands strong. Finally, they're going to be able to force him back. But looking, Kiritich down on the bottom. The arrow is out. GH throws the arrow to connect. Now the follow-up stun. The fear immediately keeps him away. GPK onto Sumail. A lot of mana. GPK hitting his range tracks. It feels impossible to find a fight into this lineup.
He's all alone.
There's nothing to do here at all. Nigma Galaxy, they have been stuck on 4 kills for so long in this game, not even finding a way to take a fight. GPK continues to hit away on the melee racks. Where's the answer? There is no answer. They get the root control onto Lesh. Now finding this Ember. Lernoff, he goes in the wolf fight, trying to find the backlash, but there it is, the grip, but still managed to kill off the Bane. Okay, the first signs of potentially a decent fight. Sumail still getting focused and taken low. Arrow chased down with the Naga Siren to the side. GPK gets hit by a freehand arrow. What a connection from GH, but the buildings are gone. The Mega Creeps are coming. They find their man. Nowhere to go. Omar is gone. They have only taken 1 more kill, and the TP away not gonna happen. Supports carried together to pulling back this Ember that just has not had a prayer.
Buyback here. They're pushing onto the throne. GPK hasn't given up yet at all on this one.
BoomBoys, they know what's coming. Although, if you lose this, well, Slark, it doesn't matter. There's the silence that comes up on the Sumail. Tries to find the stun timing, doesn't connect. Ultified there onto the Slark. He backs away. The arrow finds the stun. Kiritich onto Sumail. The goat taken down on the goat as he is gone. No buybacks on any of these heroes. Nigma Galaxy, there is no salvation in the well because they are taking your tier 4 towers. Renoff tries to find a moment. Remnants away, but as the Ancient is exposed, BoomBoys, they get the grip, they get the triple kill, they go into the fountain. GG is called. BoomBoys, top 4.
Congratulations to them. Another game where it felt like one team just figured out how they were going to operate, how they want to play this game. The other team didn't have an answer. We had 3 straight games of that, where one side just knew what to do and the other could not find their moment.
Issues in the draft.